Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is the daily close for Nasdaq and SPX. Of course, we're gonna see SPX as well in detail on the 1 hour chart to see what happened, what it might happen tomorrow as well. Basically, today we saw this leg that we talk about it in the daily today. We have just one more leg toward the upside, preferably, and here we go. We got it as an ending diagonal here. Be careful, guys. So I mentioned today that an ending diagonal can finish as a leading diagonal. It can turn suddenly into a leading diagonal, and that means you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is fine here. Both case scenarios, this is a wave 5. But if this transforms to a wave 1, because it's a leading diagonal, for example, and moving for wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, don't forget that this is your extended wave. 5 still can be there. Of course, this is a very rare case scenario, but it happened. It happened with many, it happened with me, and it might be a case scenario. So be careful with it as well. Basically, we have topped. We took the high. That is more than what we want. We finished a zigzag, ABC. We got a wave 3 as a leading diagonal. We're looking currently for lower. This lower potential for a wave 4 might unfold tomorrow, of course, or starting from now. And of course, it can be possibly, of course, a zigzag where you see an impulse, correction, and then impulse to finish between the blue box, which are the preferable targets, guys. But that they are not all the targets, right? We have 0.23, 0.618. So those are uncommon. But the most possible scenario here for a wave 4 are the green one always. I remove this to just for the clarity of the chart so you can see much nicer. So these are the potential scenarios here for Nasdaq. If we take a look also at the MACD here, if we can catch something, because I can see something interesting here also, that it might unfold as a bullish as well. First of all, you have here a divergence for the bearish. All right, we see of course the move for the MACD, and we see of course meaning bearish. It means of course a start to have some pressure as a correction and so on. Now the reaction that you get in this area, which is of course taken still as a potential just continuation for higher, right? It can still be here, as you can see, this signal as bullish, yeah? So this signal that you can see here with this divergence first is starting with a bullish, yeah? Because you have a kind of like divergence. Now this divergence, it's starting to move toward the upside and higher. But if we take a closer look, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at this, guys. Here we go. This is our signal for more bearish again. Yeah, so you got a divergence from the top, which is a much stronger signal, I would say, to move toward the downside. So this, I'm using MACD here for Nasdaq. I'm gonna always use it from now on, because normally I use KGT for indicator, an indicator that I developed, but unfortunately the platform is made only for crypto and not for stock market. But MACD can be a nice indicator. Okay, so basically, as you can see, we have a divergence for the tops here, and we might start to move toward the downside. Yeah. We don't see any kind of a signal yet for bullish, unless, okay, we have to be careful. For the indicator here, if the MACD move down, all right, and the price still higher than this this level, okay, if we see the price moving here, this will create again, and of course the MACD move down, this will create a divergence again. And this, of course, can bring, of course, a higher prices. It's not actually, it is an exhaustion, okay, of selling. So it might move higher, it might create a 1, 2, and then moving toward the downside. Stronger signal is this one. This is the strongest right now for the MACD. So potentially, of course, bearish scenario might start to unfold, but it doesn't mean that you might see up and downs during this downtrend. So trade safe, guys, of course. Let's take a look at the SPX. So on the SPX, we can see, of course, the following price action. We're still moving, of course, for higher. And potentially the SPX can still, of course, unfold potentially another leg toward the upside. We can see here, this can be an A, B, and a C for a wave 1, and a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, yeah? Ending diagonal as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So the SPX, it's not necessarily to align 100% with the Nasdaq anyway. They are not aligning right now, if you have realized. While Nasdaq moving in red, SPX is moving higher. And that means, of course, it can still have one more leg toward the upside, I suggest, for the SPX before we start to move toward the downside. And that because, of course, you would like to finish in 5 waves. Yeah? If it's not finished in 5 waves, therefore there is a problem here. Yeah? I don't see an impulse right now anymore. Here we can see an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A, wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have to see this as well for wave 3. So it might extend for Nasdaq here, of course, and might not be 100% aligning with with the NDX. On the MACD, what we can see here exactly, do we see any potential bearish? Let me check, guys. Well, yes. Okay, so look at this signal. We have, of course, this signal here, and potentially we have this one. All right, so it is a divergence, and it has started to move, of course, toward the downside potentially. However, we see, of course, we see some retracement, but I think it might start to move for the wave 4 and then wave 5, guys. Yeah, it's not necessarily to be very high, by the way. It can be wave 5 and then moving down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. Basically, I see some signal, of course, for a divergence here for the bearish. It might start to unfold slowly, of course. Let me check the 1 hour chart. Maybe even it gives a better signal as well. Well, yeah, it is a very clear even on the 1 hour chart, guys. So you can see it here. Here we go. Okay, it's a divergence, so we might start to move towards the downside. Okay, so basically it can be, of course, well, if I want to move even inside it more, I want to check something here. What if we have 1, 2, 3? This is your wave 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and a 5. Well, that is a very creepy impulse. Yeah, I don't see it as an impulse. Yeah, I believe that we still need one more leg, guys. One more leg, and after dropping a little bit down here. All right, so this is what I see for the SPX, and then moving toward the downside. Okay, so let me remove this a little bit. What I'm looking for is this, and then moving down. Yep, that was it for the SPX and the NDX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.